Today on episode 137 of Typical Chicago Fans, we have Sinkers and Floaters, the TCF Sports Minute, a new movie tournament, Would You Rather, and the TCF top three of PS2 games. Let's roll. Hello and welcome back to episode 137 of Typical Chicago Fans, brought to you by our incredible sponsor, Connect Roasters Coffee. Make sure to find us on Twitter at typical_Chicago. Head to Facebook and Instagram. Give those pages a like. Just type in Typical Chicago Fans on both of those. Go on over to YouTube. Subscribe there for all of our content in video form. Wherever you get your podcasts at, we are on all of them. Make sure you give them a follow on whichever one you use. And if you're able to subscribe, rate, or review, make sure you leave those there. Make sure to to follow the guys that I'm joined with tonight. That is Zach at Z Lilia TCF and Maddie, of course, at schools_01. You can find me on Twitter at Boomy TCF. But boys, we are officially in summer. This is we always have to start off with the weather. This is the perfect summer weather. We've been low to mid 80s. You know, this is exactly. I mean, if it could be like this every single day, sign me up.
It got pretty warm, and then it's supposed to be cool here for the next, I think, 2 weeks. I went golfing tonight. It was 75, 80, which I'll take. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I did some golfing the last couple mornings, and even though the sun is out, it's not bad. Maddie, how are you enjoying this lovely weather we've got?
Yeah, I can't complain, man. It's been it was a good Memorial Day weekend. Spent a lot of time on the boat, just kind of floating around. The water was too cold to jump in myself, so there was still some crazy people in the swimming and stuff too. Which it was, I don't know, water was 65 degrees, so there was no fucking way I was getting in that. But need some of those 95-degree days to warm that up a little bit. But no, outside of that, can't beat 75 sun, a little breeze. Can't beat it.
I think that's been the big part, is there's been a constant breeze the last couple days. That's why it's you can handle 88, 89 as long as there's a breeze, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, let's jump into things. As always, we have sinkers and floaters. I'll get started with my sinker, and that is Las Vegas wedding. So if anybody out there is engaged or has plans to get married in Vegas by Elvis, there is a crackdown going down now on Las Vegas chapels about Elvis-themed weddings. And I don't know anything, obviously the gambling, obviously the nightlife, but when you think Vegas, you think Elvis weddings. And there's a company now that's in this business of they buy up estates essentially, and then they crack down on the use and name, image, and likeness stuff on that. So basically they've put out kind of a cease and desist almost on using Elvis as the wedding aficionado. And I know we've all seen it in a bunch of different TV shows, but what a heartbreaking world where people can't fly off to Las Vegas and get married by a guy dressed up as someone, that was iconic, 70 years ago. So it's just a sad time, to be honest with you.
Yeah, honestly, if you want to be married by Elvis, you should be able to. Wherever you want. If it's Vegas, that's just fun.
It's iconic, too. It's been in things in TV shows, movies, and now we're not going to be able to have that. What are we doing here?
Yeah, we have, you know what? If it's your decision to go to Vegas and get married, it should be whoever you want to marry you.
Exactly.
So, that whole ban on Elvis, it's ugly. My sinker is pollen. I went to mow my grandparents' yard today. It looked like it was snowing. There was so much pollen. I don't think it's actually pollen per se, but it's just cottonwood. I don't know how you would explain it. My allergies are on a million right now. You have to make sure you are taking your allergy medicine this time of year because the trees are trying to hurt you.
I've got to ask this, guys. We've had a million conversations about yard work and being outside in the nice weather. Are you guys really bad allergy sufferers?
I am.
Maddie, what about you?
Yeah, I gotta. If I don't take one, I feel pretty good. Like where we went boating this weekend, it's like kind of up in like north central Wisconsin. So there's a lot of those northwood pines, and
Mhm.
those things were shedding
Mhm.
dust like crazy. Our van was
Yeah.
fucking. It was just a layer of dust on top of it. So
Well,
you
I
could
work.
see layers not laying on top of the lake, just settled there. Like it was, yeah.
I work outside. I work like in fields and stuff, and I have to take allergy medicine every single day because,
Yeah.
unfortunately, like even when you walk in the weeds and stuff, like all that stuff is just it hurts.
Yeah,
Like I'm
probably if
Yeah.
you don't take it every day, it
sneezing.
doesn't fucking work either. Then so it's like you
Oh,
have to take it
I'm
every day.
sneezing and my eyes are running. It's just the worst.
I've been very, very thankful. I don't have a ton. There's something in my yard that, like, if I brush up, I think it's my pine trees. If I like get the wrong, side of my body, goes too close to anything there, I get like this weird rash on my arm. But like outside of that, I've been very, very thankful. I don't have like, I know my brother has really bad allergies, and I know like you guys saying about like they suck, and like because even when I find the one thing that like bothers me, it drives me nuts. So I can't imagine, uh, like pollen and dander and stuff that, like you said, you can't avoid. Like when you're, just out being a human. It's
Even on the golf course, it's like the
yeah,
trees. It's just trees.
it's
Zach,
everywhere.
I'm glad you just mentioned golf course because that's going to lead me right into my sinker for the week. And mine's not actually a regular traditional golf course you think of. It's a disc golf course out of Florida, Largo, Florida. Unfortunately, a 47-year-old man at a disc golf course decided that it was going to be a good idea to go looking in the lake for loose frisbees, discs at the disc golf course. Ignored the signs for alligators and unfortunately is no longer with us after an unfortunate run-in with a gator-filled lake in Florida. So, boys, I know disc golf is probably something you guys have partaken in a couple times here and there at the very least. Fun activity. I gotta say, running into a fucking lake to maybe look for a few discs that you could sell for $5 or $10 a crack might not be worth taking on gators. It's a fun sport, fun day, but I gotta think. What's your breaking point here? Are like what's it gonna be to get you to risk life and limb to jump in a lake to see if you can
Yeah,
make a few bucks?
no,
Is there a
Honestly,
product? Is there a
we
product out there?
we have like we play like around um a little pond, you would say, a lake,
yeah.
I'm
and
freaked out by fucking garter snakes. So I'm gonna jump into a
Oh,
pond with
well,
gators.
yeah, if there's just like a little bit of water, it's probably maybe up to my ankles. If the disc goes in that water, I'm not going to get it.
no.
If a disc goes like 15 feet into the woods, I'm
Yep.
probably not
Oh,
going after it.
oh, you say that, but Boomy has definitely gone into the woods to get a frisbee.
Well, it's not even woods. It's literally like a line of trees. So it's
I
not
shouldn't
like,
say 15 feet, but you get my point.
No,
yeah.
I got what you mean.
No, he just wanted to point it out because Zach made a horrible, horrible throw and went into a wooded area.
No, 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 no.
Yes, yes,
When?
it was just like 2 months ago
Oh no.
when I had to climb the fence because you wouldn't do it.
Oh no. You're wrong.
And I believe it was probably one of you and my brother have both sent discs into those trees. But no, I'm completely with you on the water end, though. I don't deal with snakes and stuff like that. So
Oh
if it's,
no.
and especially like, here's the thing, like Matt said, like he ignored the warning signs about gators. Like some people I work with, they have lived in Florida, and they said like basically they just don't go into
They're
any
everywhere.
body of
You
water.
cannot. You don't go
Nope.
into
Yes.
ponds. You don't
Nope.
go into lakes. You don't go into bogs. You don't go into
Nope.
swamps.
You've done.
The
Done.
fuck you
No
doing?
alligators. Fuck alligators.
Yeah, alligators are tenacious, dude.
Yeah, like you don't go into their territory
I
for,
don't
like you
believe
said,
they
Matt.
have an actual predator either. So they're like an apex. Like they're like at the.
Oh yeah, for
They're
sure.
I mean,
dinosaurs.
pretty sure they can knock out anything. Just
The
about.
dinosaurs.
They are related to dinosaurs, so I'm not messing with them. Um,
Wild.
in another topic of apex predators, I'll go into my floater, and that is janitors. They're not the apex predators, but the a quick thinking janitor caught an apex predator at a empty classroom in Northern California They were cleaning out the school. Obviously, school had ended, and they were getting ready to do their summer cleaning when a janitor had wandered into one of the classrooms and found a full-grown mountain lion just walk through campus and decide to go into the English
That's
classroom.
insane.
Yeah, the custodian noticed it, acted quickly, managed to shut the door and locked behind it so that animal control could come and get it. They said it was estimated about 40 pounds. But I mean, imagine just doing your job. I mean, that guy, and obviously school is closed, but like there's still always like custodians in the building in the summer and administration and stuff.
That
like,
is crazy. That imagine going in one day and be like, oh, there's this something that could hurt you very badly.
Yeah. There is a mountain cat in here, and one swipe could just rip your face off.
Yeah, I know it's probably not going to happen, but it could.
Yeah, I'm not, again, back to the TIL gears. I'm not taking my risk.
Nope.
Just no thing. But shout out to that janitor.
You gotta feel like a fucking mountain lion that makes its way into a school is probably pretty fucking disoriented too. And
Yeah.
does
Oh,
not,
yeah.
like,
No idea
one of those,
where it's at.
like, just is probably radiant fuse, like just like running,
Oh,
coursing through its
goodness.
veins. Like,
Well, and from
that's
my
just gotta be a
understanding,
rat, basically.
yeah, from my understanding was they said it was like they estimated between like 4 and 6 months old, and it had like an injury. I don't know if I remember, it said it was to its paw or its tooth, and like obviously,
The fucking
being that
toothache will
young.
make you do crazy things.
Yeah. So and thank God, there was no kids present that day. So
Is there anything worse than a toothache?
no,
literally at the end of the
I
day?
could go extensively
No.
into my dentist ventures over the last 3 years.
Toothaches are debilitating.
I don't even have a toothache right now, but I cut my upper gum on a chip the other day, and it has
Yeah,
been driving me insane the last 3 days.
yeah, I agree.
My floater is going fishing. Me and my nephews, we went down to my grandparents' pond. We had a probably $10 to $15 Buzz Lightyear fishing pole, and we caught 3 fish. We caught 3 fish. Uncle Zach may not be much of a fisherman, but we caught 3 fish. We all caught one, and it was awesome.
That's impressive.
I went to the gas station, bought the bait. Not much of a worm guy. Put the worm on the hook. We threw it in there a few times. We got 3 fish, boys.
That's what I'm talking about. And I cut out for a second there, didn't you?
I was more surprised than my nephews were, honestly, because I was like, I can't believe we did. So what happened was I have a nephew that's like 6 and 2. And me and my nephew who are 6, we're trying to go out there. We're doing it a few times. We like had a few nibbles. And then my nephews 2 tossed it out there. We kind of pretend like, oh, good job, buddy. Boom, we caught a fish. Out of nowhere. I was like,
Wow.
no way. I couldn't believe it.
And Zach,
And
did
then-
you say that was with like a super cheap fishing rod from?
Probably $10 to $15.
That's awesome. Guys will go out and spend like multiple hundreds of dollars on fishing rods, and you're doing it with some like Power Rangers fishing rod. That's amazing.
It was fun.
Buzz Lightyear, let's not besmirch.
Yeah, Buzz Lightyear. Come on, Boomy.
Again, I cut out while you were explaining,
What
but
are
I
we-
knew the
What
story.
are we doing here?
Sorry.
It was Buzz Lightyear.
Jesus.
To infinity and beyond.
Have some respect.
My apologies to Buzz and the entire crew.
My floater is one of my favorite stories that I've ever. Well, I shouldn't say ever. One of my favorite stories that I've heard in a while. We'll just put it that way. I think it's a spot any person who's ever played fantasy football, baseball, fantasy basketball, anybody can relate. There's always a couple guys in the league. One guy that's always the annoying, kind of skirting the rules. The other guy who takes it way too fucking serious. Then they collide.
Troy
And
Bauer.
in this case, it just so happens that it, happened during batting practice of a Major League Baseball game when Tommy Pham walked up and slaps Jock Peterson over a dispute from their fantasy football league group chat, possibly a very awful and disrespectful gift that Jock Peterson sent that if that offended you, Tommy Pham, you got bigger problems to deal with.
You should join Troy Bauer's league.
Outside of that, he goes and then blames Mike Trout for being a bad commissioner a few days later after taking a 3-game suspension for the slap of Jock Peterson. Jock Peterson, I've always said, is a very, very hittable face. One of those guys that you would love to just.
He's awesome.
But then again, it's like, what in fuck could you have possibly gotten that offended about?
Because Tommy Pham is crazy.
Again, though, too, there's always that guy in fantasy leagues that it's like is always just trying to get an edge, always trying to skirt the rules, always trying to do this, that, or the other. And it's just like, you motherfucker. It's like you don't like that guy either. But then it's like the guy that always goes, yeah, and then the guy goes hardo mode and slaps him. So it's like that just you ruin the other side of it then. Now you make him the winner. And it's like, no, let him be the loser.
Yeah, you make a very good point, Matt, because like everybody and their brother that's ever played any sort of fantasy knows the hardo guy. But like when you stoop to the level where you physically like put your hands on him, then you've become another type of guy that nobody likes. Yeah, exactly. So like, but it is insane.
I'm off Tommy Pham.
Y'all very much so.
He's crazy.
Tommy Pham needs to go with that Cubs security guard who decided to knock the beer pyramid down tonight. What a move that was.
A PFT just retweeted it and just said jail.
Two guys with just giant dumps in their pants. Tommy Pham and that security guard.
Yeah.
Very true.
All right, boys, let's jump into the TCF Sports Minute. We've got to lead off with the NBA Finals. We just had Game 1 Thursday night. The Boston Celtics go into San Francisco, steal Game 1 from the Warriors, 120 to 108. A little bit of an upset there. They were 3.5-point dogs. But, I mean, what a resilient effort from the Celtics. I mean, they got down big early. Steph Curry goes off for 21 in the first quarter.
Al Horford 6 of 8 from 3-point.
That doesn't even make sense.
That's huge.
Yeah. And shout, I mean, that's huge for, I mean, this is his first NBA Finals. A guy who's been, on the cusp of it so many times.
On the road in Golden State or whatever, Oakland. That is such an impressive win.
Yes.
Well, the way it happened too was like they were in control.
They stay in it, and then they took over at the end.
Well, Curry had the monster first quarter. I mean, they had 4 or 5 threes in the first quarter.
They didn't get rattled. They made sure they stay in the game. They didn't let it get too out of hand.
And then you win the way they did, and then Tatum, had such a bad shooting game, didn't have couldn't hit a 3 to save his life kind of thing, and they still won by a double.
It's one of those things. Let's say you lose Game 2, like you look at it, you've already won the first 2 games. I mean, no one would have expected the Celtics after the rest that the Golden State Warriors had. They go into Golden State and they win the game at the end of the game. Like it was pretty like the Celtics were going to win that game. Like it wasn't close at the end of that game.
That's true, Matt. I didn't even notice that Tatum, arguably one of the top 5 players in the NBA, had 12 points.
Yeah,
I mean it completely overshadowed. I mean Jaylen Brown for 24, Al Horford for 26, and to me, I mean after that first quarter, when you've got
Derek White hit a couple big threes, Pritchard hit a big 3,
unbelievable.
It was just a hell of a performance. Steph Curry 21 in the first quarter, finished with 34. I mean they like you said, they controlled it. Zach, you had it right. They nailed it at the end, and they played right when they needed to. And this is going to be a fight. I think 6 or 7 is. I still think the Warriors are going to win the series, but they've definitely put the Celtics have definitely put the Warriors on their heels. That's for sure. Moving into the NHL, we are in the Eastern and Western Conference Finals. Thursday night, we had the Avalanche take a 2-0 series lead. Matt, the Western Conference is done, right? Colorado's going to finish this thing off, right? They're pretty dominant.
They're playing very, very well right now. Nathan McKinnon's just playing on a different level. I mean, The dude is so big and so fast and so just offensively talented, and he's the only guy that could really, at least in the Western Conference, you could probably say Austin Matthews at least offensively could keep up with McDavid. But when you have an answer for a guy like when you have a somewhat of an answer for McDavid and Nathan
Oh
McKinnon,
my
he just
goodness.
brings you that. It's such a neutralizer against that kind of team, and
But
they
Connor
just have.
McDavid is so fucking good.
Yeah, but the defensemen for Colorado are fucking ridiculous right
Oh,
now.
and
Yeah.
I'm just saying, but like if you watch him in that series, like you can just see how good he actually is.
Like Cale Makar is playing. Cale Makar is probably the best defenseman on the planet right now, and they've got that matched up with McKinnon, Mikko Rantanen, and just he got banged up tonight. It sounded like, but it didn't look like anything too serious. Just offensive, defensive talent coming out of the ass. Colorado's going to be a force. They're going to be a force for a long time. New York or Tampa, whoever decides to win that series, is going to have their hands full, in my opinion. I wouldn't say that series is over yet, but it's like on the heels. It's on the cliff, like teetering there for Edmonton.
Yeah, we got on Friday night, we got game 2 of the Eastern Conference. So that means Saturday night will be, I think it's a do or die for Edmonton going home. I mean, it's like you
It's a
said,
must.
with all of
Yeah.
the
Oh
power
yeah.
that,
You
I
can't
mean,
go
it
down
is.
3-0.
No, exactly. And as good as they are, or as good as Colorado is, you've got to come out and make a statement here. In the East, we have the Rangers and the Lightning, kind of a little bit of a surprise
Would
there. Game 1.
love the Rangers to win this series. I'm so tired of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing someone different. I definitely don't hate either. I still think Colorado's the best team left, so I don't think it really
Oh yeah. I'm not
matters
saying
who
that.
comes
But
out
I'm
of the
just
East.
saying it always seems like Tampa Bay Lightning doing this, that. No, I'm tired. Let's go Rangers.
Matt, what do you got over there? Are the Rangers going to be able to hold this thing off? They're already an underdog at home tomorrow in game 2.
That's wild.
You slay that dragon, and then I guess you could do anything.
Yeah.
The Rangers still have their hands full. I mean,
Very
you got
true.
to beat a team that's got experience coming out of the ass. It's playing really well. It's another team that's gotten healthier as the season's gone along too, and they got championship pedigree. You don't just you can see how tough it was to knock the Blackhawks off when they were deep into their run 14. Like it took the Kings had to go 7 games and win on a fluke on a bounce in overtime to knock off the Hawks. So it's like once you have that pedigree, it takes a different level to beat you. That said, the Rangers were impressive in game 1, man, and they got another team, good young defensemen. And when you start seeing those teams like Colorado, New York, that just are loaded with good young defensemen, those teams are not going to go away. They're going to be good for a long time. Starts on the back end. It's like it's fun teams to watch when you got guys that can push the pace the way they can.
I think either way, as long as the Stanley Cup Finals are competitive and fun to watch, I'm all in on whatever happens.
For
So,
sure. And you got two of the probably the best goalies in the league in that series as well. So it's gonna be a dogfight, I think.
the
Probably
big
go 7.
Russians.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely been fun to watch. I've been trying to get myself more into playoff hockey.
Yeah, I
Of
mean,
course,
like when Vasilevsky, like when that guy's playing like at his peak, I don't know that anybody scores against him.
yeah.
You got a 6'7" Victor Hedman in front of him, and then Vasilevsky. It's nuts.
It's a hell of a line to go through to try and get a goal. Moving into baseball, we've got the Cubbies sitting at 22 and 29, playing a little bit better as of the last couple days. I mean, obviously, we've all kind of accepted where the Cubs are, in the landscape. I think they have like the 7th worst record in baseball. It is what it is. I think we've all kind of come to grips with that. This team's not going to the playoffs. I think we've been saying that for a long time. But at the end of the day, I mean, they are 10 games out, but 22 and 29, and you're seeing guys get their chance. What we've been excited for. We got guys like Christopher Morel, getting his call up, and all these guys getting, some innings and some opportunities to play. And, it's, at least it's fun to watch, guys come out and that truly enjoy playing baseball.
Yeah, it's exciting to watch.
Sit there and watch.
I understand it's not like you don't think you're going to compete for anything, but if they can stick around, you never know. I know most likely they're going to be trading Wilson Contreras. So who knows what's going to happen after that. But I think we should just enjoy the time we have right now, the team we have. Let's just take it game by game.
That's fair. Matt, are
Kind of
you
what
enjoying watching the Cubs?
well, it's kind of what we had to do last year.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking at it a little bit differently. I'm a little bit frustrated, and it's mostly with this
Ooh.
front office because what they have right now is a tremendous, supporting staff. So if they had a few stud pitchers that they were willing to fucking spend for, this could be a really damn good team because of some of the way that you're getting cheap production from Schwindel and from
Patrick Wisdom.
Wisdom. Jesus, drawing a blank. Guys like you said, Morel coming up and producing, he's getting stolen bases, scoring big runs. Wilson Contreras is a leader. Like, he's just a fucking true blue leader, and they're gonna let him fucking walk.
Yeah.
And they're gonna let him walk. And it's just
If
like,
they let him walk, I am going to be so fucking mad.
You have this fucking nice, perfect little supporting cast that if you had some studs around them, it could be a dangerous fucking team, especially in October, and they just didn't do it. So that's why I'm a little bit pissed. And I'm a little
But if the Cubs don't sign Wilson Contreras or trade him for what he's worth, then what the fuck are we doing? No. What are we doing?
I don't think there's.
Are we not getting at least what he's worth?
I don't think there's. I think the opportunity to re-sign him is. I don't think that.
I understand that. That's
point
fine.
Next year, Wilson Contreras will not be a Cub.
I'm not happy with that, but you have to trade him then right now.
Yes, I agree. You have to maximize your return.
I don't like that that's going to happen. I love Wilson Contreras. He's one of my favorite players I've ever watched. But if you're not going to re-sign him, you have to get top dollar for him right now.
Yes. I mean, he's one of the best hitting catchers in the game. Like, you have to capitalize on that because if you wait till past the deadline,
if you let him walk,
nothing.
You're fucked. You are fucked. As an organization, if you don't do this, then you're going to have to look for a new catcher. You're going to have to look for prospects. If you can at least get some prospects for him, a few maybe okay players for right now, then what are we doing?
Yeah, and I think we're all kind of seeing the fickleness of the farm systems too, because guys like the Howard kid is having a terrible year. I think he's gotten hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Even some other names, Miguel Amaya, who is supposed to be Contreras's, successor when he leaves, he's not doing super well. Yes, we're having guys like Pete Crow Armstrong, but we're also got to remember Pete Crow Armstrong just got called up to high A. He's still a long way away. I mean, it's not something that just because we have these guys in the system that are going to be getting
Brennan Davis is hurt.
Braylon
Marquez disappeared. It's just like
Braylon Marquez has been really, really bad.
What happened to Jensen, first round pick?
Yeah.
What happened to? It's just like I don't know.
That's the fickleness of rebuilding, and we're seeing it rear its ugly head. But at least we can all agree misery loves company because the White Sox stink. They are 23-26. They only have one more win than the Cubs. They cannot stay healthy.
Hate to see it.
It's I was very, very positive about what their the early season struggles.
It's a tough schedule.
They're in third place in a not very good division. They are 4 or 5 games out.
The Yankees. They play the Red Sox. Now they're playing the Blue Jays. I can't remember who their next series against, but it's a very good team.
That's the problem, though. Is they're entering the tough part of their schedule, and they played shitty in a very winnable stretch of their schedule.
Very true.
That's their problem.
I'm pretty sure the Twins have lost 3 out of 4 to the Tigers, and that's some ground that the White Sox could have made up, but they didn't.
Yep. They are not playing very well. Very injury bug bitten. But you've got. I mean, like the nice thing is for the White Sox is there's still time. But like
Hey,
that that
DFA'd
leash is getting
Keuchel,
shorter
huh?
and shorter. What'd you say, Matt?
I said they DFA'd Keuchel.
Yeah, that only took him about a month and a half longer than it should. He has been
Remember
god
when
awful.
everyone was saying that when his mom was saying they're
Oh,
gonna win the World Series, and
you remember
everyone's
when
getting a
he?
fucking boner
Do you
about
remember
it?
when
Oh,
Del
it's
Michael talked
really
about
too bad.
the Cubs?
Oh
Oh,
yes, I
Too bad.
forgot about
oh
that.
yeah.
He was their
Shut
John
up,
Lester.
dude.
He's their
Yeah,
John
shut
Lester,
up, dude.
man.
Oh yeah.
I forgot. Well, we're not just going to win one. We're not the
No,
Cubs.
no.
Yeah,
Yasmani Grandal is there, John Lester. Remember?
Looking more like their Jason Hayward.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yasmani's not looking great.
I'm just saying, like that was their signing that they were going to sign more people after, but they did not.
I know it's only June 3rd, but as of right now, the White Sox sit 2.5 games out of the wild card. They are 5 back in the division. So at least we have that going for us on the north side.
They could have fucking had a rotation of Lance Lynn, Michael Kopech, Lucas Giolito, Carlos Rodon, and whoever Cease,
Yeah.
Dylan Cease, and whoever the fuck else you want to throw out there.
And unfortunately, Carlos Rodon is pitching now for the San Francisco Giants.
Unbelievable. For this, I cannot get over that. Like,
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Just let him walk. It does not make sense. But you know what does make sense, guys? Good coffee. You know where you can get good coffee from? Connect Roasters. Yeah, you guys nailed it. They have the best coffee around. They work with our guy Dom Frederick and Ian Happ, so you know it's good stuff. They wouldn't drink bad coffee, and they wouldn't sell you, bad quality in their coffee. So make sure you check out their website, connectroasters.com. Follow them on Twitter at Connect Roasters. I am becoming slowly, more and more a coffee fan, and there is no one else I would get my coffee from other than Connect Roasters. So make sure that you check out their products, get them sent to your home, and make sure you join the Home Run Club so that you receive some dinger dollars for every time Ian Happ hits a home run. Make sure you get yourself some Connect Roasters coffee. All right, boys, we did this last week or the last episode. We're going to do it again. Last time we did Adam Sandler movies. This time we are doing Will Farrell movies. So our first round matchup is Step Brothers versus Ricky Bobby of the Ballad of Talladega Nights, the Ballad of Ricky Bobby. Who do you have? Remember, 2 out of 3 moves on.
I'm going Step Brothers. I love Step Brothers.
All right, it's a solid movie. I don't hate your, and you have you were into Step Brothers from the jump. Zach.
It is so funny. It's so funny.
Matt, what are you going with?
I'll go Step Brothers.
Well, it moves on. I was gonna go Ricky Bobby. Not that I don't like Step Brothers.
Come on, that's hilarious.
I'm, to be perfectly honest, not huge on either. I don't have
I love
I
Step
could be
Brothers.
swayed on either side.
So I'll say this, and I think I'm a little bit. Zach, you said, "Come on," I am a little bit more down on Step Brothers. Step Brothers came out when I was a junior in high school, and it felt like everybody and their brother just quoted that movie, and it just burned me out. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a quotable movie, but
no,
it jumped the shark.
I don't like the people that are like, oh, the people who quoted it. I seen the movie. I know it's good. Who cares if they quoted it?
I'm
I think
just saying it burned me out. I didn't say it was not a funny movie, but
it's a very funny movie.
Ricky Bobby, I enjoyed a little bit more. But Step Brothers moves on. In our second round, we've got Old School versus Anchorman. I'll take Old School all day. I thought Anchorman was good.
When do we start seeding ones versus ones?
Anchorman. I'm going Anchorman.
All right, Matt, the vote is up to you.
It's my 2 favorite Will Ferrell movies. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah, that's fair. I will give you that.
Pick your favorite.
I think when I made this list, I just went off of the top rated ones on the internet.
I'm going to go with Old School.
Yes. Great choice, Matt. Great choice. Matt,
my championship vote is Step Brothers.
Mine is for Old School. So
Old School,
Matt,
definitely.
All right, old school is
Yeah.
the winner. Yeah,
And we got
Frank
some
the
old
Tank.
dudes.
Yeah.
Old dudes picking old school.
I think these are all good choices, but I'll have to start seeding those a little bit better, Matt. You made a good point.
Come on, yeah.
Those
The
are
old
definitely,
dudes picked old school.
No, we heard you. We were just ignoring you.
yeah. Whatever, man.
Yeah, we're just ignoring.
It's not a fucking party, all right?
Matt's like, I'm fucking old. I fucking understand it, dude. Jesus
What do you want
Christ.
me to say? No shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start seeding those a little bit better. I think that was 1v1 there in the first round.
Poor seating. I'm just gonna say.
What are Matt? Do you have any other Will Ferrell movies that we could have included? If they're supposed to be-
Cameos? I think obviously his cameo in Wedding Crashers is probably one of my favorite characters in a movie. Chaz Reinhold in that movie was just legendary. in
Confession
Wedding
time.
Crashers.
I've never
What's
seen.
You've never
what's
seen
the
Wedding
one-
I never
Crashers?
saw it.
Oh my god!
I know. I kind of forgot to watch it.
What's the one where he's an ice skater?
Blades of Glory.
Blades
No.
of
Oh my God. How am I forgetting
Movie
this?
is funny. That
How am I
movie is
forgetting
funny.
my favorite Will Ferrell movie is an easy one. Me and my brother have watched this probably 1,000 times. It's Semi-Pro. That beats all of
That is good. That's funny. Very funny. Very
that's
funny.
a huge. I'm gonna have to expand this to an 8-team tournament when we do the next one.
I really do like Anchorman.
Corn dogs, Jackie. Corn dogs.
Let's see, Wedding Crashers was more. Yeah, that was like that was a cameo role. That wasn't like a main role.
He wasn't starring in that.
No. Other guys is decent, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. I'll give you that.
That is going him and Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
What about Get Hard? Did you guys like Get Hard?
No.
I thought that was a pretty decent movie. Daddy's Home. That's a solid one. All right, Matt. Another confession you're not gonna like. I never saw Zoolander either.
I didn't like it.
Okay, fair enough.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
Kicking and Screaming is pretty underrated.
Kicking and Screaming was good.
That was pretty funny. Mike
it.
Ditko was in that movie.
Yeah. Not a huge Will Ferrell guy, I'm going to be totally honest, but old school.
If you give me catalog Will Ferrell versus Adam Sandler, I don't even bat an eyelash. It's Adam Sandler all day,
every day.
We might have to do catalogs of actors.
Wait a minute, Boomy. You just brought that up out of fucking nowhere.
No, because you're an idiot. It's because our last tournament was Adam Sandler.
And we're gonna go Adam Sandler for sure.
Like, I just went with
that up so you could say that you. I understand. No, you should have said that.
Scene.
Then you should have said that then.
Well, that's what I think everybody knew. That's what I was getting at.
Okay.
Anyway, we got 2 new Would You Rathers this week. The first one we have is a question of: would you rather give up your cell phone for a week or give up your toothbrush for a week? Would anyone like to go first?
I am toothbrush.
Yeah, I think it's unanimous toothbrush.
It's honestly disgusting. It's honestly disgusting how unanimous it's toothbrush.
Yeah, there's
we
mouthwash.
Are disgusting human beings.
There's mouthwash.
I'm a single human being, but these two guys right here, Maddie and Boomy, they have wives who have to say that they will not brush their teeth for a week because they want their cell phone.
Would not hesitate.
Yeah, no, wouldn't bat an eye.
Yep. And our second Would You Rather this week, this is a fun one. Would you rather burp confetti or fart glitter? Now, this is an age-old question. Would you rather burp?
I'm going fart glitter.
For years.
I'm going fart glitter because that'd be funny. And at least you don't have to burp up glitter every time.
Burping up an object is tough.
But imagine going to take a poop. Imagine going to take
I'm going confetti.
Imagine going to take a poop and you just pull your pants down, just a bunch of glitter just go right in the toilet.
Imagine you decide to go to a Mexican restaurant on a first date.
Oh Lord!
Oh, what? We have first dates now? Like,
I'm
what are
just
we doing?
saying, we're farting
Yeah,
glitter,
you
and
make a
it would
point.
not be ideal. That's all I'm saying.
I am going to go. I'm trying to think of which one I do
But if you
more of.
fart glitter, like no one can see it. It's like almost like a diaper kind of thing, right?
I
Or is
feel
it
like
like,
no, like you would still
No,
like it
man.
wouldn't. You wouldn't only just see the glitter if you had your bare ass out.
but you know what I mean? Like no one would know you're farting the glitter.
I think they would.
No, I think they would. I
They
think it would come
would.
like through. It would like the molecules would go through your pants. Like I think that's the whole point of the question.
I thought it was just like okay, but still, I'm farting
Well, either
glitter
way,
still.
then
So what do you?
No.
I
then
fart
the
glitter.
question is why
I
is all
fart
that glitter
glitter.
coming out of your pants?
Manny burps confetti. What are you
I,
doing?
I'm gonna burp confetti just because glitter's way harder to clean up than confetti.
Very true.
Glitter
Especially
is
trying
unbelievable.
to
Like
try to wipe up some wipe up
Zach,
some glitter.
Zach,
I
wait
got
till you have a
married
kid.
in
Wait till you have a kid and
2016.
they're doing arts and crafts with glitter. You'll never fucking get
Yes,
it picked up.
Zach, I got
You will
married in
never ever get
2016.
it
That is
picked up.
almost 6 years ago, and
I
my
was in
wife
your
did some of these
wedding.
projects. I know, but here's what I'm saying. My wife did these projects with glitter
I
from,
know.
and
Oh,
I'm pretty sure there is still
Boomy,
glitter
Think
at
Boomy,
about those
parts of
late
our
Boomy.
night.
house.
Think
Grandmother,
about those
my
late night runs to
grandmother,
the clubs too, and
my
glitter just doesn't
grandmother.
disappear.
Every single birthday, she sends me maybe the most glitter-filled birthday card of all time.
That's a great
And
move
it's
from
one of
her.
those things. It's like I think I'm almost getting like glitter bombed.
Yeah,
But no,
glitter
it's
is
just my grandma loves glitter.
glitter is unbelievably horrible to clean up. So
It's the worst. It's actually something that I don't think you can actually clean up. You can try and vacuum it up. You can try and do whatever you want. It's almost there forever.
So that was this week's Would You Rather. We've got to jump into it to finish off the show. As always, we got the TCF top three. And of course, this week I was doing some spring cleaning down here, ran into my old PS2. So we've got the best PS2 games. So, Zach, go ahead and get us started with your 1-1 pick.
MVP baseball.
I hate you so much.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, champ.
I hate you so much because I've talked probably a dozen times on this podcast about my affinity for that game. So, literally the best sports game ever created.
Yep.
Good choice.
I know it was.
You probably never even played it.
I probably never played it. How about you
Because-
go check the freaking Oh, I wish we could like go back and like show memory cards. Memory cards.
You're a fake fan.
Your memory card is probably bullshit, Boomy.
No way. My memory card sitting right over there has it on there because I just played it like 6 months ago.
Go ahead. What's your
Unbelievable.
I'll let you go second.
Well, thanks. I appreciate that. I will
SpongeBob
go-
SquarePants, probably.
I never, unfortunately, played. I've never actually seen like more than 2 episodes of SpongeBob.
Are you serious? You don't like SpongeBob SquarePants?
That was just past my time. I find SpongeBob insanely.
That's
annoying.
wrong. That was actually right on your time.
Horrible show. No, it was a little bit after, but I will go my first round pick. Give me Grand Theft Auto Vice City. That was like my introduction to Grand Theft Auto. 3 I played a little bit but didn't get as into it, so Vice City was definitely the 1-1 there in my mind outside of sports games. So I'll take Vice City. Maddie, you got 2 picks.
All right. Well, I'm going same sport, back-to-back picks. I'm going 2 different years though. Madden 08. That was the one with Vince Young. Logged a shit ton of hours on that game.
Was that the throwing cone year?
That was well, I always turn that off because that was a useless way to play the game. And then going college game though, NCAA 04. That was the one with Carson Palmer. Carson Palmer was on the cover. And speaking of memory cards, like I was so into that game, I was going on eBay to buy like preloaded memory cards with the rosters already edited, so you could
What did
play with
something
the
like that
players'
run
names.
you?
like $40. They would mail you a memory card. It would be
That's
like
crazy.
$30-$40. They would mail you a memory card and it had all the rosters loaded. It was awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Matt, I'll be honest. I always thought that was like a rich people thing that kids did. Because like I was always like, when I was like 12, that was like, oh, we can't afford
Yeah, I mean,
that.
I was in college, so like if I couldn't scrounge up $30,
I can't afford the new rosters.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, not that I was rolling in money in college by any means, but $30 you could scrounge that up usually once you're in your 20s.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great pick. My second round pick, I'm going to go with my second favorite sports games of the 2000s. That's the ESPN NFL 2K5. I remember we got that. We were coming home from vacation. I think I got that in a mall somewhere in Indiana on our way home. And the best thing about that game was it was like revolutionary that they were going to sell it for $19.99, even brand new, because all the games were like $50. ESPN made this big deal.
But it was so cool the way that like they were so interactive. Like you could do so much. You could change your apartment.
Yes.
You could do this, that. Like, and then when you got bigger and better, like you got to go to mansions and stuff like that. That was fun.
Yeah, it was obviously we all know like 2K is like the go-to basketball game now, but like they really launched their business because of that football game. They sold so many copies of that game, and because they did it at $20, it was a great marketing ploy, and it was just a great game. So that'll be my second round pick. Zach, you got two.
I'm gonna go Tony Hawk Underground. Well, Tony Hawk any game.
Yeah.
I'm not big of a skateboarder per se in real life, but it is cool to be able to do the tricks. You kind of knew what the characters per se like throughout the game. That was a fun game. And then let's go.
Zach, while you're picking real quick, I just found out ESPN NFL 2K5 sold 1.7 million copies and generated 33 million.
All right, I'm gonna go street football. That game was so fucking awesome. You just beat the living shit out of the opponent, and it was that was fun.
That's a good pick there. That was a good one.
It was like revolutionary because it went like street football, and then baseball did the what was it? The baseball slam.
No,
whatever.
Maddie, what was the base? Was it
what was that called?
Heat?
Sammy Sosa high heat baseball was good.
Well, no, what was the one where you go to first base? You can just punch the first baseman or whatever.
It was in a slugfest.
Slugfest.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I feel like that's what spurred all of it. Street football. Like you just punch you get a 10-yard run. Boom, you just punch the linebacker.
Yeah, that's a good pick. That's hard to argue with.
Fun.
And it's like the NFL Blitz, but it was like NFL Blitz, but like it was, a different version of it. That was a great game. My third and final pick. There's so many good choices here. I'm trying to go a little bit out of my comfort zone. I will take. This is very much out of my SSX Tricky. You guys remember the snowboarding game? The SSX.
Oh, I love that. I love that. It's one of those things you wish you could be good at snowboarding, so you play the video game that you're good at snowboarding.
Yes, it was the same thing with me with all the Tony Hawk games because
it's like I want to be good. I want to be good at skateboarding, but I can play a video game where I'm good at skateboarding.
Exactly. So I'll take that. Matt, what do you got for your third pick, buddy?
Another game I logged a shit ton of hours on. One of my buddies and I played it a lot for years after it came out. Was Tiger Woods 2001.
Manny.
That was like the first version of that was on PlayStation 2, I believe.
So.
Me and my buddy, we would when I was in high school, we would get a bunch of McDonald's. We'd go to my parents' house. We'd go to the basement, and we would shoot literally 30 under par through
Yeah.
18 holes. Because you
Well,
could
in Tiger
free-
01, it was impossible to shoot anything. I saw my buddy got really, really good. He was shooting 19 under, but that was when you couldn't do
yeah.
the shit in 2001 that you could later
Yeah,
on.
you could do like you could check your putt, you could check everything.
Yeah, there was none of that, dude.
They had
None of that
mulligans.
at all.
Yeah,
at some
mulligan.
point.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And you could
Yeah,
on those games, you could
01
control
was
your
tough as
spin.
nails.
Like, yeah, that's true. 01 is, I think the first one I remember was 03. And that was where you could control the spin, like even like
It was
you
a
could
very,
basically
very
just
big
push
deal.
it into the hole.
It was a very big deal in Tiger 01 to go 18 under. It was a very big
Oh
deal.
yeah. Absolutely. Now I'm going through a list here of some we might have missed. And actually, this list by Metacritic.com has Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 listed as the #1 PlayStation 2 game of all time. So now here's a couple though. Maddie, Zach, let me know if you guys got into any of these Resident Evil games. Did you guys ever play any of
No.
those?
I like Resident Evil. I did like Resident Evil.
Metal Gear
There's so
Solid.
many though. Nope, none.
Maddie, Metal Gear.
No.
God of War. That was one of the biggest names in PlayStation.
I love God of War.
Maddie?
Nope.
No, say I wish I would have gotten into that because like the things I like now, like all the dorky history stuff I like. I wish I would have gotten into that, but that just kind of missed me.
God of War is very good.
Now here's one I thought about bringing up. Or you guys have roasted me for this. Let me know. Guitar Hero.
No, I love Guitar Hero.
Guitar
Great.
Hero.
Thank you. Oh, guitar. And for
Not
someone
very
like me,
good at it, but I think we should do a little bit of a competition. See who's the best
We should.
TCF.
I was really good at the like rookie level, but once it went up a level, I was terrible. I have no musical talent in my body whatsoever. So, and Matt, this is another one. This is an older, big name PlayStation game. Final Fantasy. Did you ever play any of those?
No.
See, and
Nope.
that's another one.
I played Final Fantasy on
Did you really?
the Xbox.
For me, it was
Really?
basically sports games and Grand Theft Auto 3. That was about
Yeah.
my extent of PlayStation 2. I played a lot
So
of
I love
PlayStation
Grand
2,
Theft
but it
Auto.
was all sports.
I think
Yeah,
a
I'm
new
the same.
Grand Theft Auto is coming out soon.
Oh, and I have to give my honorable mention, and this is on me. I completely forgot. Probably my favorite non-PlayStation or non-sports game was a game called not Grand Theft Auto. Jesus Christ, Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition.
Oh, yes.
That game. It's
Gran
not on
Turismo
any of
was
these
good.
lists.
I know
Yes,
exactly what
Gran
you're talking
Turismo is
about.
good. I still have a couple copies of Midnight
I
Club.
love it, Boomy.
That was a good one. Any other ones I forgot?
Well, any sports games really.
Yeah. Maddie, any?
No, Gran Turismo was the last one I wanted to throw out.
That was a good one. Racing all those like sweet cars that like you never got to see out in our area. That was always pretty fun. But let us know what we missed if you've got any good PS2 games that we are forgetting. But thank you for joining us. It was episode 137 of Typical Chicago Fans. You can find us on all social medias. Just type in Typical Chicago Fans on Twitter. It is typical_Chicago. Check out our YouTube page as well for all of our content in video form. Wherever you get your podcast, make sure you subscribe, rate, and review. Leave a review if it lets you, 5-star rating, all that good stuff. Make sure to check out our sponsor, Connect Roasters Coffee, at connectroasters.com or on Twitter at Connect Roasters. Make sure to follow Zach at Lilia TCF, Maddie at schools_01. You can find me at Boomy TCF. But we thank you for joining us. That was episode 137 of Typical Chicago Fans. We love you all.
Peace.